Hey everybody, Jaberino here. Thanks for joining me today for another game of Direct Strike. We randomed into Swan. We started out in position 1. And in position 1 you always have to decide, do I want to spend money early to cross that mid-threshold? And I say yes, because it never really hurts to have a Hellbat. We could sell it. Tier 1 units sell for 70%. Depends on your commander on if you think you should throw something out or not. And I think in the grand scheme, it's not going to make a huge difference, though it might, you never know. We'll throw it on our drill. And let's see what we're up against. It's Alarak. What do I do as Swan against Alarak? I don't even know. I mean, you need to be able to just lay out a ton of damage onto Alarak to get through the supplicants he has. Well, one jerkish thing we can do is just make science vessels and then rely on our teammates to pretty much clean everything else up. So as long as we survive and then the science vessels stack with our teammates' wave, we would be relying on blue, essentially, to kill 2 waves, but with the science vessel support. We're going to have leftover Stukov, it looks like. Alternatively, we go straight to Tier 3 and get Thors for Alarak. I don't like that. I don't like that idea. I think what I'm going to do is, let's do some bad-mannered science vessel play. It's one of my favorite things to do, actually. And then we kind of sit there and let the drill do a lot of work for us as well. So I should be able to get one other one, and then they'll heal each other and put a defense matrix up, and then we get some cyclones or tanks to sit in the back eventually. But you would actually be surprised at how well... Is it 2 Alaraks? I think it's purple being... I think purple is Alarak, and so is yellow. Alright, fine. So we're gonna have to figure out exactly how we're gonna do this, one way or another. I will grab improved nano repair as well. And again, this is a real cheeky maneuver, but it's gonna work, and we want to level up the drill. And then we're gonna basically let the drill do a lot of the work. Unfortunately, because, well, our third ally has built literally nothing. Which means he's probably rushing a mothership, which means we're gonna lose, alright? But let's see. Let's just see. Let's see how it goes, okay? So this is what I meant. We can irradiate these guys, and then we can just sit here for virtually ever until our teammates come, and then we'll be here to support our teammates as well. And they're all mechs, so we can repair his units. So this is why I think, actually, if we stack science vessels, we may be able to make kind of a wombo combo with our ally. And then eventually, again, mix in like some tanks or something. Maybe just Wraiths. Wraiths would probably be pretty good. Wraiths are countered pretty much directly by the Slayers, but I think, again, I think it's just Science Vessels. Alarak doesn't really have a great answer for Science Vessels, honestly. He just doesn't. Okay, well, maybe he's not rushing Mothership. He's probably just new. Alright, so we have to compensate for that. That's alright. So we're just going to make, I think, Science Vessels. Maybe Cyclones are very good because they do sustained single target damage, and against Alarak, that's pretty much what we need. So look at this brave Hellbat laying it down, and then the Irradiate finishes them up, and then they can sit here for virtually ever and heal each other up. So again, I'm not proud of this way to play. What also happens here is because you have air units, the supplicants run by and die, and then Alarak can't be healed by them later. So that's one strategy. And so it kind of works. We could just get some more Hellbats to kind of lay it down and then put some Cyclones in the back. But again, right now I'm more just concerned about... I'm kind of just concerned about this. He's definitely getting a mothership. Like, without a doubt, he's getting a mothership. I'm kind of surprised that he put down Alarak. The thing is, I think he's against Stukov, which he could counter the mothership so easily and so directly. But you know what? You know, you can't win them all. It's a team game. It's fine. Down goes our bunker because we have a third teammate who refuses to do anything. But again, it would be wrong of me to not show games like this, because this is what happens sometimes when you just have again, it's a team game. You could play 1v1 if you really wanted to. I wouldn't recommend it. I think it's fun when it's 3v3, but sometimes you're just gonna have this. Yeah, there he goes to tier 3. I'll just pose the question. I need to have some other units kind of mixed in here, and I think we're going to have to start making Cyclones and eventually Thors. I'll finish up the row of science vessels, and then we'll see what happens. And then they unfortunately are going to kill my drill. And part of me does take a little pleasure in knowing that we might lose before he can even make the mothership. And he rushed all of his gases as well. It's very, very frustrating, and sometimes if you can compensate for the fact that your ally's doing some real stupid stuff like that, then, you know, maybe you can make it work. Cyclones could be okay against destroyers as well. Just do like a Cyclone Goliath type build is the only thing that I can imagine will work against Alarak. You know, we've got these guys, they blink away and then are invulnerable for a period of time, so that makes it a challenge as well. Again, I really just haven't decided yet how I should proceed. I think at this point we just need to make something. So let's throw down some Goliaths and then some more Hellbats in the front, because Alarak doesn't have anything that's good versus light. Okay. Well, you know what? That's fine. It might. You know what? I've never had the pleasure of being able to try Mass Warp Prisms, so maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll work. Today's the day. It's not going to work against Stukov with the Marines, I don't think. Unless there's some sort of aspect to the Warp Prisms that I don't understand. Okay, and he's getting destroyers as well. I mean, hey, sure. I think I'm going to just have these Goliaths in the front, and then I'll put the Hellbats in front of them, and then we'll start just doing kind of a long line of Cyclones, and that'll help us get rid of Alarak down the back line here. Okay, here we go. Let's see it, War Prisms. I want this to work. I want this to work badly. And I genuinely hope it does. Okay, so let's grab one more Hellbat. I just need more. I just need units. I mean, Cyclone's not going to work against this. You know what? I could probably just get some tanks. Really couldn't hurt against this amount of stuff. And I think that's going to be the end of the game. Here comes Stetman. Which, our Stetman also rushing to Super Gary. I mean, Super Gary is good, don't get me wrong, but you kind of need a reason. You need a reason to make Super Gary. You need a build that works well with Super Gary. And against this, that's not the right time to make Super Gary. Hey, I'm going to hold on to the bitter end. You don't write anything off until it's over. It ain't over till it's over, all right? Actual human god Alarak with the War Prisms. And that's definitely purposeful. A new player doesn't just go into a game and say, I'm going to make War Prisms. That's what an experienced player does, because they just want to see how it'll work. At least that's what I think. So we would be silly to not get Maelstrom rounds. They're just really that strong. All right, now we've got Infested Liberators, which counter our... What is happening in this round? I am absolutely thrilled. Just stay sieged up, buddy. Don't make a fool of yourself. I mean, I could make Wraiths at this point. I'm so confused. But that's fine. Yay, look at that. Science vessels coming into play. War Prisms laying down the hurt, I guess. Maybe. 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 Let's just keep getting siege tanks and see if we can bust our way out of this horrible situation. What I would need is, I would need tier 4, or tier 3 rather, with Goliaths that can shoot ground and air at the same time. I would love to see some mecha corruptors from, you know, again, there's no point in trying to think like, oh, my teammates are going to do blank. No. It's just, we're along for the ride on this one, for as long as the game will allow us to be along for the ride. I'm fascinated, actually. Now he's got Wrathwalkers in there. He's gonna do it. The actual human god. It's tempting. I mean, I was gonna say, what do I have to lose? I've got a lot to lose by going straight to tier 3. Again, having the Goliaths that can also shoot, air and ground at the same time would be quite ideal, because nobody can contest these liberators. Nobody's able to right now. So if we can. I don't know, man. If we can do something, I don't even know what. Alright, so let's go Ares targeting. I should probably start getting some upgrades here pretty soon. They are armored, so Wraiths and Goliaths should do fine. We're countered by Destroyers pretty hard as Swan. It's just they're expensive. They're not super cost efficient. It seems like both of these Alaraks are doing the same thing. Is this like a new meta that I've not heard of? I don't think so. See, this is where the Liberator's coming into heavy play here. They're going to be able to kill my Science Hustles very quickly as well. We can get some air. I mean, we can go to tier 3 and get some Ares robots as well. If we make, well, I mean, again, also the Wraiths, like I had mentioned. Again, part of me is now thinking I should get to tier 3. What if we just sell these and, If there's any chance of winning this, I am so thrilled. Is he still making... What is he making now? Now he's making Vanguards and Havocs. Hey, the War Prisms are spread out. Yeah, he can't handle this. That's where the Vanguards will maybe come into play. And we can irradiate the infested liberators. I mean, we're doing okay. We're kind of hanging on here with our random build here. We're at tier 3. We're able to kill the Stukov wave and then start getting some good shots here into Alarak. And this is where I actually think we do mess up some Goliaths. We got to get the laser drill. The laser drill's just been throwing down so much hurt. Give them our devastation turret. And there it is, the mothership. I don't think we can contest the mothership in the sky because we have to face Stukov first, who has liberators. I think we've just got to stick with ground. But I think this will kind of work out eventually. We're so far behind. I've only been able to be on one gas. I don't know. I feel like I'm just sort of waiting and hoping that this Alarak can pull it out for us. It's happening, boys. He may actually do it. I think we need Thors, and we need to turn off the Thor air attack. I would love to see the Stepman again do anything else. Corruptors would be excellent because they're some of the best anti-air in the game. Look at this, we got some stacking tanks. One shot, just one shot from one of them is all it's gonna take. Oh man, we're hanging on by a thread, boys. Did you ever think that such a thing would be possible? Okay, so, again, we've been making the Goliaths. We could probably stand to get some more. I think we just need to get a couple Thors, again, with their anti-ground to take care of Stukov.
It's toast. Hammer up the gods.
And where do we put them? Do we just kind of shove them sort of here in the back? Here's what we got to do. We're going to move the tanks back. We're going to put the Thors right here. Okay, and then we need barrage cannon, without a doubt, and then we're going to stack more Goliaths. And I also could... First off, we want to turn off the anti-air weaponry, because we want it focusing on ground units first. And I think maybe we just make more Thors. Wraiths eventually would be nice, but again, I can't really contest the Liberators. Apocalypse actually going to do great work against this, and me, for that matter. Drill laying on the hurt. Okay, so let's see if the Thor will use its... Yeah, so the Thor uses its barrage there. That's very, very useful. We just got to get more of them. And we got to keep getting upgrades where possible. It's an interesting game at the very least. Think of it, think of it that way. It's a goddamn interesting game at the very least. Will I be able to get... I think I'll be able to get another Thor before this. I think I might want to move the Thors up. They could take a little more damage as well. So, like, let's put them there. And there. And then we want to put the Goliaths behind them, because the Goliaths have decent range. I think we want to do it like this. Ay, ay, ay. What a time to be alive. And then eventually we get some Ares to plop in the front here. And that'll keep the Goliaths alive for longer as well. We'll be able to get one more Thor after this. We got Thor staying alive into the next wave! We're rolling in, boys! Kill those war prisms. What is this guy doing? Is he still making war prisms? He's just mixing in stuff. I've never seen this before, and I swear this is... It's fascinating. I'm glad that I happened to start recording. I am recording. I gotta check. Let me... I am recording, and I'm not muted. Okay. This is an interesting one. Okay, we're gonna need more anti-air. We're gonna cram in more Goliaths, because we have to kill these motherships, because our ally can't. Okay, we're doing okay against the Liberators, honestly. And we're fighting them with our planetary fortress, which is what's allowing us to kind of survive here. And again, this is also making sure that our Goliaths can take down the mothership and also the Liberators quickly. I could move the science vessels back. I don't think that would really be a bad thing at this point, so that they're not eating up those Liberator shots as quickly. And we want the Liberators flying a little bit closer, forcing them over our Goliaths. This might be it, boys. This might be it. What a bizarre game. I'm pretty sure this is the end. Well, let's see. Your boy Jay coming in hot. That's a lot of apocalypses, too. What an odd game. I guess it's technically not over. I don't know what I could do. Make sure that the anti-air weaponry is off. This was a fascinating one. I'm happy to have at least participated in it. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, he made mecha. Mecha Battlelord carriers are virtually never the answer. I would pretty much never recommend them. He's gotta get the upgrade to let the Wrathwalker shoot air. Oh! Defense Matrix on the mothership! We're still in it. Okay, so I think we're almost in a position here to contest the skies. Oh my god. The Thors can just blast through Alarak pretty quick. Okay, maybe not. One of these is still trying to shoot the air. Yeah, that one. Wraiths are seeming better and better, but again, we can't really contest the Liberators. So I think we stick with... let's get one more Thor and then a row of Ares, because then they can kind of... They can tank the mothership, essentially, and so that will make sure that the Thors aren't taking all of the damage from the motherships. Any of the motherships that remain, I should say. Okay, it looks like he did get the upgrade to allow his Wrathwalkers to shoot air. This is bizarre. Oh my gosh, I don't know how many times I could say it. It's fascinating, isn't it? Okay. Again, I'm still working on one refinery. We can kill Stuk. I'm not scared of Stukov, all right? Get out of my face, Stukov. You ain't got shit. Get out of here. Your boy can handle that. The question is then how much damage can we get done with our Goliaths? See, we're shooting down some of the... That's the most important thing. Our Goliaths are getting some shots in on these anti-air situations here. Wraiths also can shoot air and ground at the same time. I'm leaning towards, again, really just needing some frontline damage absorption. So I'm thinking we get a row of Ares. We can even get Hellbats in front of them. And we want to get the ship plating, because Ares can get up to +6 armor, which pretty much nullifies a lot of Stukov's units, specifically the Marines. I think our Alarak is beating the other Alarak pretty handily, I should add. I'm kind of concerned that the addition of Ares robots here isn't really giving us what we need. But anything that can keep the Thors alive for just a little bit longer, I think, is absolutely the answer. He's adding some siege tanks in, which are good, admittedly, but they're not, I think, what he needs at the moment. It's not over till it's over. It's never over till it's... Look at the Goliaths in the back! They're still taking shots! Our boy Stetman managing to break through a little bit. I'm just trying to think, like, is there something I could tell Stukov to do differently? Because Stukov could probably... Not Stukov, Stetman could probably make a big difference if he made anything else. He is throwing in Mecha Corruptors. The Mecha Battle Carrier Lords, again, can be great in the right circumstance, and I don't think this is it, because, again, there's a lot of anti-air. Oh, dear. Uh-oh. Here we go. Hold on to your butts. Here, quick, get +2 while this is ongoing. I think this is going to be it, boys. We don't have what it takes to take down the mothership, too. This is not the time for someone to lag out. Don't do this to me. Oh my gosh. No, okay. It's all good. The planetary fortress. Oh! He has done it! He has done it! The absolute freaking madman. I guess Ares robots are the right choice. There's the Mecha Corruptors coming in hot. Give me my level. Hell yeah, give me that passive experience. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're up to +3, and Tier 4 is ready. I think I just need more units. I don't know. Anything that we can soften up We got rid of Alarak. If we could soften up the Alarak wave for our Alarak. They're 3-3-3. Our Alarak is 3-3-3. Our Stepman is 3-3. What a roller coaster. What a roller coaster. I feel like it's you have to go tier 4. It's like an obligation. We've got to do it. You know the enemy's got it. All right. We're falling behind on this wave. I'm afraid your boy Jay is going to be the weak link here. Though I don't know. I mean, Stepman has done some really wacky stuff. And while his banelings are good, I don't think are really the answer. Super Gary, laying it down here. Get him, tanks. Again, any shots that our tanks can take, we're in great shape. Okay, so I've got tier 4. I should have just gotten a refinery earlier. If I get it now, I mean, we're on the cusp of losing. I can't afford to just get a refinery. Granted, I don't know what difference it would honestly make at this point. If we cram any Goliaths behind the Thors, let's do that. Our Thors are wasting their barrage cannons. Stukov is smart enough to spread out a little bit. Actually, I feel like the Ares robots, they're absorbing the tank shots too. I actually think we want to get like a full line of the Ares. Maybe not necessarily a full line of them, but Ares robots, without a doubt, are laying it down. There'll be damage sponges for the main blast of the destroyers as well. And then I think maybe we cram Goliaths in here in front of the Thors next, and then maybe we get more Thors behind those. Again, if the game even goes that long, which I'm not too confident. Okay, he's got vanguards now, which is what he's probably needed to do for a while. All right. Motherships v. motherships. There, I got a refinery. If that refinery loses the game for us, I would be shocked, but you never know. You never know. It might be something as simple as that. And he's laying down a lot of damage with these motherships on the ground as well because of the beam. Okay, we're starting to see some fungal growths, I think. Yeah, the Ares robots are actually surviving that initial fight. So yeah, I think we get the full row. Again, they are not damage dealers. They do not do a lot of damage, but I don't really know what to do about this. Yeah, he is getting a lot of corruptors. I think that's what he needs. Honestly, the Hydralisks would also be really good. This match brought to you by Jay Barino. Tell your friends. It's a lot of War Prisms, too. It's just, I think I understand how the War Prisms fit into this composition, but I don't understand why he started with them, as opposed to just throwing them in later. That, you know, like waiting so long, waiting as long as he did, just seemed really detrimental.
Not enough minerals.
Oh my god, we're stacking with the mothership. Give it another defense matrix. Does anyone have a defense matrix? Hell yes. Let's fucking see it, Stepman. And again, anything that we can stack with Stepman, I think this wave is the one that ends up pushing us all back just a little bit.
Not enough minerals.
Okay, and then let's get one more warbot, which is again, they're functioning as they need to function. I don't want my Thor again. I definitely don't want my Thors attacking the ground or air rather, because it's wasteful. Because the mothership's going to absorb everything that they can do. If I were to start stacking wraiths now, it might be. I just think it's too late. Like I just don't think we could properly contend. with the Wraiths. I don't know what to tell my... I mean, I'm not saying anything to my Alarak teammate. It's kind of unclear to me what he continues to build. He's just kind of shoving stuff in there, but it works. It's working. Whatever he's doing is sort of working, so I'll take it. Silly tanks. And somehow we're now actually fighting against our original opponent, which was... which was that Alarak. It looks like we're about to retake the middle. Look, I'm not guaranteeing a win here. I'm still pretty positive there's almost no way we can win just because they've had such an economic advantage for so long. But I am proud. I am proud with how this has gone. You know, I'm tempted to get more Thors, but I actually think we just need more Goliaths. Like, it couldn't hurt to have more tanks in the back, but I think we just want to put another row of Goliaths behind these. So I'd say let's do that. We need the anti-air. I think our anti-ground is okay against Stukov for now. It may not be eventually. And see, the mothership, every shot that it wastes on the warbots is acceptable to me. Okay. I'm gonna eventually run out of build space, I think. What I can do is make Thors in the back, and then we're gonna be out of space to build. I might just make more Ares in the front, or move these Ares slightly forward for more Goliaths. And then we have to start stacking Wraiths, because we don't have room for anything else. I think so. Well, this... Yeah, so I could do another row of warbots. Yeah, which would be in front of those. Okay, we also have strike weaponry level 2 ready, so we should just save our minerals for that. Once again, every time I look at this, I'm like, oh, we're going to lose, aren't we? But, I don't know. I've been doing okay against Stukov, but he's very close right now. He's very, very close to us. Oh my gosh. He's got another mothership. He's putting down his stuff in a seemingly random pattern. Oh, okay, so that's it. That's the end. That's the GG right there, boys. That was bizarre. That was a strange and odd game, and I blame this guy for losing, but I also blame this guy for what is possibly the silliest game that I've played. So thanks, random guy, and we absolutely smashed our teammates in terms of damage. In fact, we smashed the whole scoreboard, and that can be frustrating sometimes when you notice that your killed units count and your damage dealt just obliterates all 5 other people, but you still lose. That is definitely frustrating. But I don't know, man. That was strange. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. Bye now.